Honor him. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. It is exactly 8:40 a.m. South African time. We cross over to, I think it is Kigali, and we'll be talking, pardon, it's in Kampala, and we'll be talking to journalist and editor with Kigezi News. That, of course, is you, Musinguzi. Good luck. A very good morning to you. Welcome. And we are talking about something that might be a little bit too good to be true. We pray to God that it is true that the DRC and Rwanda have signed a peace deal. This was, of course, brokered by the US and Qatar. And I understand that the agreement must be followed by disengagement and the return of displaced families. A very good morning to you. Welcome to the program. And I hope you're going to say to me that everything I have just commented on is in fact true.
Good morning from Kampala. Thank you for hosting me. I am an optimistic person, but when I was preparing for this interview, I talked to a few people who said they think DRC will remain the same. They think nothing much will happen, but we have to pray because here in Uganda we are so constrained with cuts of money to UNHCR, to a World Food Program. I think Uganda would find it fine if Congolese started going back home. But it was received with mixed reactions from many sides. And actually, most people are asking that if this agreement was to be good, it should have involved M23 direct, not naming M23, not putting them at the center of this agreement makes the whole thing a bit of shaky. What I liked in the agreement is that during the DRC elections, the president of Congo, Kigezi, campaigned on a platform that he would actually use words like maybe getting the other counterpart of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, and I don't want to say kill or whatever, but so for me, this means that the tensions maybe between the two countries could come a little bit down. Now, the other issue I want to say, which brings skepticism, is the issue of minerals. It seems because when you read the agreement, it is a little bit of not clear. It's like they are not cutting off Rwanda completely from this. So, did the agreement signed before, some companies which were in the Eastern DRC, will they remain? I don't see the issue of demobilizing M23 either to the National Army, but then saying FDR, the rebel group that is against the Rwandan government, that it should be neutralized after so many years, like 30 years. These are people who have been assimilated in this society. So for me, unless America really gets B-2 bombers or F-35s and 16s to come and fight, I don't see so much happening, changing in terms of what is happening in the DRC. For me, I think the president of DRC, as he gets the back of the president of the US, he needs also to open another channel of asking why is the former president Joseph Kabila in Eastern DRC with the rebels? What does that mean? That was not addressed in the agreement.
So, in your opinion, and possibly most people in that part of the region are very, very skeptical because there's some very important issues that were not addressed. Currently, this deal will see Kinshasa and Kigali launching a regional economic integration framework, hopefully within 90 days, and forming a joint security coordination mechanism within 30 days. Under its terms, thousands of Rwandan soldiers are to withdraw from the DRC within 3 months. Can you see that as doable and that it will in fact happen? Or do you think that because the issue with M23 hasn't been addressed, that this might be stalled or just be put, it just won't happen quick enough or won't happen at all?
Around 1999 2000, we had a mechanism of security, which actually Uganda was the chair at the time, and it was also about DRC. Then we have the East African mechanism of where security chiefs of different countries, for example, sit in Goma, and MONUSCO is able to, to see coordinate what is happening. Now, it's not the first time that we are having this, what they have proposed. My problem is that when you have done the same things the same way, nothing much changes. And therefore, I really don't know how the US is going to do this. But the economic cooperation it would be good. For example, DRC banned Rwanda Air from going in the DRC space. Are we going to see that happen? Is DRC going to allow Rwanda take part of the market share of the minerals? Because that's the gist of the matter, especially
Absolutely.
the minerals.
Yep.
So if they can agree on that one, then me on the other side, I see that the war, that what was moving the war is economic benefits. Rwanda, before we had this fight, Goma was one of the busiest airports, an airport where planes come, land, take off without human beings. Their destination, nobody knows. Those are minerals. And therefore, because Rwanda on the other side doesn't have, it has some minerals, like Uganda, we are on the tectonic plates of some of those minerals. Uganda, DRC, and Rwanda, we are almost on the same. But DRC definitely, because of the mass, it has so much. So the question of cutting Rwanda off completely is what brings issues. Let me also take a little bit. When Rwanda crossed the Ugandan border and DRC allowed Uganda to open roads, for example, the road of Goma through Rumangabo, through Kisoro district, which is just 100 kilometers. The next day, we had M23 come. That road has never seen the light of the day. And therefore, it means that the economics is the greatest part of it, that if anybody pushes for that, then the political and the military issues can be sorted. How DRC is willing to accept Rwanda touch their minerals, for me, that's where the juice is in the agreement. And therefore, it is so easy for when people are doing trade. For us in Uganda, we have opened another route from Kasese, Beni, and eventually they are looking at the market of Kisangani, which is 1,000 kilometers. That is in the Ituri region, which is north of the Kivus. And therefore, Rwanda might be thinking that they are being left when what the DRC president, the platform he campaigned on, was to cut off Rwanda completely. So if they have agreed on that, I believe that that's where the light is, and I wish the US pushes, as it also has agreed to take so much in terms of minerals. And for me, that's what brings the skepticism that how is this thing going to work?
And the bottom line, of course, is that it's all about the natural resources in that region. Everybody wants to get their filthy paws on those natural resources and enrich themselves and their particular countries. That's where we leave it. This is obviously going to be developing over the next 30 days or more. And I think the world will be watching to see if this, in fact, is a peace deal that was sensibly brokered, or it just ain't going to work. But thank you indeed for your inputs. Till we do connect up again to get a further update. You go well and keep safe. God bless.
Thank you so very much.
It is exactly 8:50 a.m. This is News and Views on Salam Media.